So I got a new laser. Two Trees just sent me the TTS-20. This is a 20-watt laser, and what we're gonna do is unbox it and review it and make a really cool project with it. Let's check it out. All right, so let's start taking this out of the box. And the first thing we'll do is start moving things over. So we'll hang on to the USB cable and the hose. These are our glasses, wall power supply, product manual. Here's the air assist. So this, I would assume, is the power for the air assist. And here's the power for the laser, very similar to the other laser that I have. Here's the laser module and various accessories, zip ties for cable management, and some wrenches. So this is really cool. The honeycomb is already in the box. You need to have a honeycomb bed, and many of these lasers do not come with it. This is literally packaged with the laser in the same box. All right, so we're gonna lift this whole thing out of the box now. Last step, here. Let's go ahead and lift this out of the foam. So I just lifted the entire frame. It's already assembled, which is fantastic. Laying it down on my CNC because I don't have room yet on the other table. We'll have to get a bigger table.
It's pretty unbelievable how easy this was to assemble. I believe I screwed in like 6 screws. That's it. And it comes with all the tools you need. 2 screws for this motherboard assembly. That's it. You have these bellow mounts, and they each take 2 screws as well. It couldn't be easier. And the end stop, I believe that's 2 screws also. Slide the laser onto the rails and tighten it with the grub screw and you're done. It does come with quite a bit of zip ties for cable management, and you can route these cables any way you like. You can follow the instructions or kind of customize it the way you like. It's a piece of cake.
All right, so this is my enclosure. This is exactly what I had requested. So it's kind of like a tent, right? So you have these frames, and then you have the enclosure that goes over it. And then there's a panel on the side here for connecting your hose and then extracting all your dust. And there's a fan as well, and a hoop. This is super cool. This is the one thing I believe that every laser needs to come with, because we're all in shops, we're all in garages, maybe we're even indoors, and you got to get rid of that smoke. You have to manage it somehow. You'll have to relocate it somewhere else, or just absorb it, get rid of it, something. So this is exactly what I need. Look at this. Perfect.
Assembling the enclosure couldn't be easier. You have these little plastic joints, and you simply just slide the tubes into them to build the frame. And once you have the frame set up, you simply slide the enclosure over it like a tent. Then you just screw the fan in, and you're done. For this next project, we're going to be making a Floyd Rose template out of this MDF. And MDF is the perfect material to test this enclosure because it generates a lot of smoke, and it's MDF, so there's a lot of adhesives or glue in there that's holding this together, and you don't want to breathe any of that stuff in. So we're going to start off with the easy engraving and the easy text before we get into the big cuts. So I'm running the hose out of the enclosure, and just with that little fan it comes with, I have my huge long hose that I use for dust extraction, and it's just going outside. So initially I thought I'd hook up my shop vac to suck it out, but there's plenty of air from that tiny little fan just blowing it out. And the smoke is coming out. You could see it with your eyes. It doesn't come out on camera, but you could totally see it. So there are going to be 3 templates in total, so I'll use 3 MDF sheets. And we have the back route that we just did, and this is going to be the top route for the recess. So Floyd Rose template requires 3 templates. 1 for the actual block, 1 for the entire recess to recess the Floyd Rose down into the body, and then a template for the back for the spring and the claw. This is a super tight fit, so the curve of the laser is very tight. And this is an example of a piece that I'll pop out to do the route, but then I'll need to pop back in for that little circle there that's going to be a drill point. These templates came out awesome. All my center lines and scale length lines are perfect. See the lines that I need for reference are there, and then of course this is the actual route. So this is the recess route. So the whole Floyd tremolo system sits in a route in the body. So before we use the recess route, we use the block route, which is this template, and then for the back, it's this one here. I made this cool little engraving reference image here at the bottom, since there's so much room on these templates. Everything's labeled A1, A2, B2. That way you have your specific heights and everything you need right there on the template. So, the 2 trees laser is pretty neat. What impressed me the most is that it's 98% assembled. So when you open the box, you just lift it out and you place it down on your table. I think I tightened 6 screws, that's it. The other thing is it comes with everything you need. Most lasers don't. This comes with the honeycomb and it comes with the air assist. So you have your air pump and your honeycomb bed
right there in the box. It's a 20-watt laser, which is pretty powerful, but I gotta tell you, I'm not interested in wattage of lasers, and I'm not interested in speed. And I think a lot of laser manufacturers are like pushing, this is how fast our laser is, this is how powerful, this is how much of a depth of cut it can take. And all that is pretty much useless for a guitar builder, me, and guitar builders, you. What we need as guitar builders are two things in particular. We need a huge frame, a big bed, because what we want to do is be able to put a huge acoustic full body on there to be able to cut out acoustic guitar panels. We want a huge long bed to be able to put down a bass neck or a bass fretboard. That's what we need. We don't need speed and we don't need power because we're never going to need that kind of power to cut out a whole neck. That's not what we're going to do. We're going to use the laser for other things that we normally would have used other tools for. So for me personally, I'm not interested in wattage and I'm not interested in speed. I'm interested in the big bed. Second thing I'm interested in is smoke relocation. That's the huge one for a shop, a garage, your bedroom. You need to be able to manage that smoke. And luckily, Two Trees does have an enclosure. Many manufacturers of lasers do as well. This one is pretty exceptional. Again, piece of cake to assemble, and it actually did the job. With just that tiny little computer fan, which was also impressive, it was generating enough air movement and suction to travel all the way out of my shop. And I saw literally the smoke coming out of the tube out into the backyard. Couldn't catch it on camera because it's such a wispy thing. In any case, I'm pretty happy. I'm glad I have the laser. I'm glad they sent it to me. It was a joy to use. And that's the other thing too, it's gotta be fun. And if you have to build a laser, kind of some of the fun is taken out of that. Now, of course, I built my CNC. I had to assemble that. And because of that, I know it in and out. So there's something to say about assembling your own tools. But for someone in my situation where I need to get up and running and I need to make these videos and kind of churn them out, having to just lift and shift, that's just incredible. So I really dig the laser. I want to do more of these. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.